What's good, everybody? It's Specs here, and today we are going to be going over my Week 10 match against the Chicago Cramorants. So let's just get right into his draft picks and see what lies under the hood. Alright, so first off, we got Aegislash. So Aegislash, obviously a massive threat, my bad. So yeah, massive threat. 140, basically, technically speaking, with King Shield has 60 base HP and then 140 in everything if you play it right, and 140 in like attack, defense, special attack, and special defense, and then 60 speed. So yeah, effectively this Pokemon has like a, let me see if I can do the math, 140 times 4, 680 base stat total. So yeah, not very fun mon to play against, especially since there are a lot of ways that this Aegislash can function, and one of which is a choice spec set. So, I mean, anyone who's been playing OU for a couple of days knows that this set is something that is extremely scary, and my team especially doesn't really have a lot of switch-ins to stuff like this. So, Flash Cannon, Shadow Ball, obviously those two stats pretty much threaten I think it hits every single mod on my team for at least neutral damage, if not super effective. Stuff like Clef does not want to stay in on a Flash Cannon. Stuff like Toad is going to get 2 KO by Shadow Ball. And yeah, generally speaking, just not a good time. So yeah, definitely very threatening for my team here. But one thing I did notice while I was looking through his replays, he tends to use a lot of the same sets. So, if he's like spamming specs Aegislash every week, then it's not going to really change what happens to me, right? But I've noticed that he doesn't really use specs all that often. In fact, the most common set I see from him is not eject button, like a leftover set. He usually has something. He's also physical with Iron Head. He's got Shadow Claw. I can't spell. King Shield, and he's got Shadow Sneak. So, something like this is much less threatening to my team, because stuff like my Toad walls this crap. Not forever, I'd say. I mean, Toad doesn't have any long-term recovery, but like, it really doesn't do that much to my team overall, because Toad is such a good such a good stopgap to it. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. All right. So yeah, if he brings this Aegislash, I am super not worried. If he brings Specs Aegislash, much more worried. But we'll see what happens soon. Next up, we got Flygon. This mod is pretty damn versatile. It gained first impression with the Generation 8 mechanics coming in, so that's pretty cool for it. It gets a nice priority there. And the Dragon Dance set is always still a thing from Generation 7. So, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Outrage, and something like Iron Tail would do pretty well against my team. +1 Iron Tail from Flygon is going to do a crap ton to Clefable. Yeah, so Flygon is pretty solid if he decides to run this set. Unfortunately, again, when I was looking through his replays, I see a lot of patterns. He ran, like, most common set he ran was like a leftover set with Earthquake, Outrage, Fire Punch, and Roost. Which obviously I wouldn't be super scared with, because with this set, Clefable sits on it forever, pretty much, even if it's running Adamant, So, like, not too scared about this Flygon overall if he decides to bring this. Dragon Dance set is a little bit more cause for concern. Dugtrio. So, this is a pretty scary thing. We allow trapping in this league, so both Arena Trap and Shadow Tag are allowed, and we will get to Shadow Tag later. But yeah, Dugtrio is a very good trapper. It can trap a lot of steals and, well, pretty much everything weak to ground. And yeah, so yeah, let's talk about it. So he's got focus. He's often ran Focus Sash Dugtrio, which is very scary for my team. Earthquake, Sucker Punch, maybe like Stone Edge, Memento. There's Reversal, not Memento. Yeah, so like, this set can be very scary towards my team, and Dugtrio is extremely fast, base 120 speed, allows it to outspeed everything except my Weavile, And this thing being max speed forces my Weavile to run a Jolly Nature if I want to outspeed it without using Ice Charge. So yeah, you know, I'm just very scared of trapping in general, and yeah, Dugtrio is pretty scary in that part. Next we got Wobbuffet. Leftover Shadow Tag, obviously. So, you know, we all know what Wobbuffet usually runs. You know, Counter, Dusty Bond, Encore, and Mirror Coat. So, you know, some set like this. Maybe if he wants to run Fizz Def for my Weavile, he can do that. So, yeah. Wobbuffet, very, very one note. You know what it's going to do. But it's very good at doing what it does because of Shadow Tag, you know. Like, this thing is complete garbage without Shadow Tag because, you know, it forces Pokemon to stay in so that so they have to hit it, or, you know, maybe they use maybe they use a status move against it and then it gets encored, and then, like, it allows Wobbuffet to switch to a teammate which can set up on that thing. Like, Wobbuffet allows for a lot of situation. It enables a lot of setup sweepers, and it enables a lot of killing. You know, like, it kills, like, for example, if I was like, I had a Weavile against this thing and it was banded, right? If I went for a knockoff against it, like, I can't switch out, right? Like, let's say I Weavile in against Dugtrio, I go for knockoff on the Dugtrio, right? Suddenly Wobbuffet comes in. If it's at full health, if my Weavile's banded, I have to knock off. There's no choice, and then he comes in, counters me, and I die. So yeah, Wobbuffet is an extremely scary mon in that regard. Basically, well, with this plus Dugtrio, you have to be extremely careful about your Pokemon. You gotta make sure, especially if they're really important in the match, you have to make sure that they are able to take these two on. Otherwise, you're screwed. So yeah, Milotic's next. He most often ran a Flame Orb set with Marvel Scale, which, you know, I wouldn't say it's the best set though. Flame Orb is cool and all, you know, you get to activate Marvel Scale and whatnot, but I think Leftovers is just really important on stuff like, on walls in general. Like, Milotic would really much rather appreciate Leftovers rather than something like a Flame Orb Marvel Scale, even though it does boost his defense. But, you know, to each their own. So I was anticipating him to most likely run something like this: max HP, max defense, and the rest into Spit F. This is most probably just to deal with my Conkeldurr as best as it can. So yeah. Next up we got Cloyster. Yeah, there's really no need to explain anything. We all know what this thing does. And it does this. Yeah. So, I mean, this is the standard Cloyster set now. King's Rock with Shell Smash allows you to start flinching stuff with Icicle Spear and Rock Blast thanks to the skill link, allowing multi-hit moves to hit every single turn, giving Icicle Spear and Rock Blast a 41% chance to flinch. Even Ice Shard has a 10% chance to flinch with King's Rock, and considering my luck, it probably will. But yeah, so, you know, 95 base attack, pretty decent, and that defense stat is extremely solid. It allows it to set up on a lot of different physical threats, even if they are using super effective moves. So yeah, Cloyster, extremely threatening, especially since the checks on my team are extremely scarce, defensive-wise at least. You know, Seismitoad is the only thing that can really take an +2 Icicle Spear, and with the flinch chances, it's not looking too great, you know? So yeah, Cloyster is an extremely threatening sweeper towards my team. Although I do have Conkeldurr with Mach Punch that allows me to mitigate a little bit. I just need to get a little bit of chip on the Cloyster, and then I can kill the guarantee with Mach Punch. Anyway, let's look at the last 5 on his team. So he's got Duraludon. This is the one mod I thought he could switch out with something else in order to bring. Normally I've seen something like this from his replays. Draco, Flash Cannon, and Thunderbolts. I've seen him use Thunder once too, but he was fighting against a Ray matchup, so I mean obviously you use Thunder there, right? So yeah, Stealth Rock, Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt. This is a very good Stealth Rock setter. With its good defense and massive special attack, it's very good at forcing out switches. Oh yeah, it has good speed stat too. So they don't know, like it's good at forcing out switches, and it can take a lot of physical hits as well, and then, you know, get the rocks up, you know. And then it's very strong as well, so even though it doesn't have the best coverage per se, it's pretty good at hitting things really hard. So yeah. Next we got Braviary. Wasn't expecting this. He didn't really use it much at all, so yeah. The most I could probably see is like a Choice Scarf Defiance set with like Brave Bird, Close Combat, maybe like Facade and U-Turn, something like that. I don't know. This wouldn't have been super threatening per se. Not really, because I mean, Weavile has Ice Shard to revenge kill and stuff, so it's like not really the most super threatening thing on my team, on his team. So yeah. Although it does hit very hard, I can't deny that. Okay, moving on. So we got Ludicolo. Yeah, Ludicolo is the thing. So I don't remember him bringing this at all. It has Swift Swim, so if you want to try to run a manual rain team, that's an option, I guess. Outside of rain, I don't really know what this thing can do, so let's just assume it is in rain. Let's say it's its own rain dance setter, and then you got Hydro Pump, you got Giga Drain for that coverage and stab, and then you got something like Ice Beam, right? So this is probably something he would run if he decided to bring rain. Didn't really expect it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he could have brought it if he was absolutely fire. Yeah, actually, rain would do relatively well against me, so not a bad option overall. Anyway, but I didn't really anticipate this. He doesn't really bring Ludicolo, so yeah. Moving on. We got a Roselia here. Shout out to Roserade, which I have. Yeah, so I mean, it basically just functions as a bulkier, slower version of Roserade, I guess. You could run pretty much the exact same set as I do. I don't know. There's just like, I don't know. I didn't really expect him to bring this too. He doesn't bring any of the last three on this team here. So yeah, wasn't expecting it. But it is theoretically an option. So Sleep Powder Spikes, Toxic Spikes, pretty scary against my team. But if I brought Roserade, I can at least get rid of the Toxic Spikes and absorb the Sleep Powder. Even if Roserade wasn't immune to Powder moves due to it being Grass type, it has Natural Cure, so I can still come in on the sleep. Yeah, I don't know. You could run some sort of defensive set here maybe, but yeah, I didn't really put much thought into Roselia, Ludicolo, or Boldor, or Braviary for that matter, because I just didn't really expect any of them to come. So yeah, Boldor's next. Does not get Sandstorm, unlike its evolved version, unfortunately for it. Again, another Eviolite-mon. Set the Brox. Yeah, again, didn't really expect this. Yeah, I don't know what you really can do with this, honestly. Especially against my team, I have a pretty solid Fire, Water, Grass core, and even the Fire type can do a lot of damage to this thing because it doesn't have much Spadef. So yeah, Boldor is probably not in. So yeah, that's his draft picks, and I'll get on to my team against him. Just want to mention, this is obviously out when the DLC is out, and I haven't appropriately named "Fuck You" stall team. Anyway, let me just get into my actual team. So. We have Clefable, Conch, Weavile, Roserade, Saturn, and Chandelier. Let's get into the set. Standard Wish Teleport Clefable because I am a bitch and I don't run anything besides this garbage. So I gave it a little bit more speed on the Clefable just in case he decided to run no speed Aegislash, because we would speed tie in that scenario if I decided to not run any speed. So I just put a little bit more speed on there. Like maybe if that Aegislash is low, then I can Moonblast it to kill it. So yeah, there's that option. Conkeldurr. We got a mostly standard set, but I got Bulk Up instead of Facade in the last slot. So basically I noticed that Conkeldurr did pretty well against his team. If I bulked up, then I could really screw him over with my Fighting Plus Dark coverage. And yeah, so this speed again is to outrun Aegislash if it has no speed, and the rest is put into HP and attack. So yeah, got Weavile here. I decided not to run Bandit this round. I was hoping that, like, if he did bring in Wobbuffet, he would just counter turn 1, and then I would Swords Dance on it, and then, +2 knockoff will definitely kill Wobbuffet unless it's holding a Culverberry. So, yeah. Excuse me. And then I have Ice Shard here for priority, because I didn't really need a really strong Ice move. Like, I didn't need Icicle Crash, so because I didn't need that, I went with Facade in my last slot. So it's basically just for Milotic. If I do like have the +2 Weavile in front of the Milotic and I get burned with Skull, then I can Facade it for a lot of damage. So yeah, Facade it for a lot of damage after knockoff does the damage. So yeah, after knockoff gets rid of its item. Yeah, anyway. So Roserade's next. I made a Shed Shell so that I could switch out on both Dugtrio and Wobbuffet. Although Wobbuffet, if nothing is asleep, I could go for Sleep Powder on it. Anyway, so Sleep Powder Spikes is pretty standard. Giga Drain is for Milotic, and Shadow Ball is for everything else. So Duraludon is, for example, very, very specially defensive weak. So like even Shadow Ball is gonna do a lot to it. So yeah, that's why it's there. And Shadow Ball also hits Wobbuffet. If it's low enough health, I can just kill it. Yeah, and then I have max HP, so it can help me deal with Duraludon Bar. And the speed investment is to outspeed Adamant Flagon. We got Seismitoad next. Very standard. Toxic Skull or Pyro Stealth Rock with Water Absorb. We got max HP, max defense. A little bit of Spit F in there. Yeah. Not much to say about the set. It's just really here to set up rocks. Next up, we got Chandelure. It's a Scarf set, and yeah. So this set is basically for. Sorry, excuse me. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just here for speed control. It's here to hit a lot of stuff for pretty hard. Yeah, I have 12 defense in the Chandelure so that it lives a Shadow Sneak from an Adamant Aegislash after rocks. So, you know, just to help against the Aegislash match a little bit. And then, yeah, we got pretty standard moves here. Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, Overheat Trick. So, yeah. Alright, so that's my team, and I will catch you guys with the battle in a second. Alright, and we're back. So, looking at his team, we got most of the Pokemon. He did decide to swap out Dugtrio for his Duraludon. So, cool. I got most of his Pokemon anyway, so that's fine. So looking at the lead matchup here, I kind of recognized that Roserade was a pretty good lead against him as a whole, so I just decided to go with that. He sends out Flagon though. Although I could outspeed this thing if it's Adamant, I didn't want to risk it, so I just decided to go into Clefable anyway. Turns out he is a Dragon Dance variant, so that's kind of scary. I just go straight for the Moonblast, I believe. Yep, and he traps me with Wobbuffet. I go for a Wish here. I'm just, you know, trying to outgame him with my skill. Unfortunately, he Encores me here. I was trying to teleport out, but unfortunately, he got me on the Encore. Switches out to Aegislash, and I throw out another Wish, and then it's a very free Seismitoad switch in, and then I see that he is that Aegislash set with Iron Head. Based on that damage, it's just like, I'm pretty sure it's just Adamant. There's no Choice Band or anything on that. I hope he's not Choice Specs, because that would be really dumb with Iron Head. But yeah. With the Wish, it did nothing, so that's nice. I go for the Stealth Rock here on the Milotic. Retrospect, maybe I should have went for the Toxic, but it didn't really matter too much anyway. So I go into Clefable onto the Toxic from Milotic, because Clefable walls is Milotic. As you can see, Scald is only doing 23%. I just go straight for the Teleport into the Roserade to threaten it a little bit. I think I just go for Sleep Powder here, because I realize he's just going to switch. And yeah, so see, it's Duraludon, it has leftovers. I go for Shadow Ball, it does a lot. Without the leftovers, would have been 2 KO. Unfortunately for him, I do get a crit this turn, so kind of sucks. If he did wake up, though, he couldn't have killed me with anything, I'm pretty sure, at least. Like, max special attack Dracometer would have done, like, 60 to, like, 70-ish, kind of. So, I mean, wouldn't have died there, so, yeah. Anyway, it goes into Wobbuffet here, and I'm just going to Sleep Powder that thing for free. I do have Shed Shell, but I just, you know, anything to cripple the Wobbuffet would be nice. I think I just go for the Spikes here. Yes, I do. And then Milotic's in here, so I'm just going to spam Giga Drain. So, and this is the problem I was talking about with Milotic. So, you see my Giga Drain, it's not even into a KO. But with the burn damage, it is doing basically 50%. And since he doesn't have leftovers, like, basically he's not getting any health back from the recovers. And if I get bigger rolls, like I do here with the 49%, and like he's just losing, I'm just siphoning health off him, even though he's not you know, yeah, I don't know. That's why that's why I just don't like playing more on my Lodic. I just think even with the added defenses, leftovers is usually better. So anyway, he goes for a Skull, trying to get a burn on me. I'm assuming I just get the Giga Drain off. I crit him, crazy. Who would have guessed? Okay, whatever. He crit me too, but I mean, it didn't really matter. Goes from the Flygon here. I go straight into Clefable. Goes for a Dragon Dance here, and I'm just like, I don't really need this Clefable anymore. So I'm just gonna get as much damage as I can with Flygon. On the Flygon, so he goes for Earthquake, does 60%. I get the Moonblast off and almost kills. He has leftovers Dragon Dance, so I just let him take my Clefable here because I don't really have a ground resist. Goes to the Weavile here. Excuse me. I just go for the Ice Shard. Yeah, not much you can do about that. I mean, you could have switched, but whatever. Anyway, he goes into Cloyster here. I just go for the knockoff as he goes for Rapid Spin. So, yeah, nice there. I just stayed in. I was like, screw it. I might as well just kill this Cloyster. If he goes for Rock Blast, he goes for Rock Blast because I have a Conkeldurr in the back that can kill the Cloyster if necessary. So let's go for Icicle Spear there. I don't know if he lacked Rock Blast, or he was trying to predict a switch. I don't know. So yeah, I kill that. Wildfire comes in. I just go for the Sword Dance because it's asleep, and it stays asleep for another turn. I go for the knockoff and it kills. And at that point, it is good game. Age Slash is not taking a +2 knockoff. So yeah, good games to Cooper S. And yeah, so with the end of this week, I am now at, I think I'm tied for first at the moment. I haven't checked the document that we have yet, but I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, I think we're both at 29 differential, and we both have 1 loss. So yeah, I think we're either tied or maybe he's ahead of me because of some bullshit that I don't know about. But anyway, so the conclusion of that is this is the second to last week of the league. I don't know what to call this part of the season. It's just basically the stuff before playoffs, and then we get into like the top 8 round. So yeah, I have 1 more week left, and it will be against a guy called Abercirc Manectrix. Yeah, so he's gonna be my last battle, and we are both actually tied for first, as I mentioned before. So yeah, our battle will decide who gets first seed, actually. So right now, I am 5th seed out of the 8th. I am guaranteed playoffs, by the way. So we'll get into some of those matches, hopefully. And yeah. So yeah, anyway, let me explain. So me and Abercirc are tied right now. Or we're basically close, right? And basically, we are going to play against each other for the last week. I guess this is called playoffs. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna play against each other 1 more week, in this week actually, and whoever wins will get first seed in the top 8 tournament left. That is going to happen afterwards. So yeah, I don't know. Look forward to that, I guess. Looking at the, we already have a projected bracket, and looking at the bracket, I honestly don't care which seed I get. 1st or 5th is okay by my terms. But I will try to get 1st just because clout. And also, just clout. Yeah, it's pretty much just clout. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and have a good day. I will see you in a couple of days with the video against Abercirc.